one of our Pro Arena trucks in round number 1, and right now, Joe Brozovic is the big dog on top of the heap. He's got that 27.98, and there you see everybody catching up after him. Fisher, Armbrust, Harlan, and Rosenthal. Randall Harlan, first one out, sitting there in the middle of this thing. And here is the last truck to go. This is the one known as Concoction, which had problems at Des Moines. This is Chris McKay, or McCoy, I should say.
V6 Chevrolet in this little truck. It sounds good. Sounds strong. It's got all the right suspension under that suspension. He did have some problems in Des Moines.
Doesn't want to be too aggressive over the double jump area.
The front suspension on this truck is pretty tight. Really tight around the curve.
Rolling through the jumps instead of flying them like we've seen by some competitors. But not really hurting too much at the time, is it?
Doing a great job, and the time is very, very good.
29.92. I got a feeling we'll be seeing the Concoction trucks again.
I don't think so, Ralph. I mean, you may be right, but look at the front end on it.
Oh boy, it broke big, didn't it?
The left front tire has gone astray, whether it broke a tie rod or U-joint or something, a knuckle in there, one of the two.
Well, if they've got the pieces to fix it, maybe they can make it back out. You can see where it snapped right off there. Let's check in with Fred.
Ralph, I got Joe Brozovic down here. Of course, leave it to Joe to knock off Roy off the top standing there. Joe, great run.
Thanks. You know, that Toyota, I get tired of seeing it every time, and I've been beat by it too many times. I got tired of Roy saying, it's only a stock four-cylinder, it's only a stock four-cylinder. So what really helped was the track is smaller, so these little Broncos get around a lot faster, especially with the V8s. We got low-end torque a lot better. The track is really sticky, and I just laid down a good pass. And I'd like to say thanks to my sponsor, Rockdale Automotive, everybody back home, at work, my wife, child. Hi, everybody.
Well, there you have it. Roy's back on top, but I mean, Joe's back on top, but I'm sure Roy's waiting in the wings. Back to you, Ralph.
Okay, thanks. The Concoction truck going to have to get a little helping hand off the race course here when they get it back in the pit area. Maybe Chris McCoy and his team can go to work on the Concoction Toyota and get it straightened out and get it back out.
Rack and pinion steering, racked all right.
Well, each week he is getting a little bit better. I mean, it didn't get that far in Des Moines, but now he's got a good setup figured out.
There's just going to be a couple of weak points that it'll take time again to get all of the weak points found and corrected. And one of them in the steering, and there is the problem.
Well, as you can tell from the rumble in the background, the monster trucks are firing up.
Oh, that is where the steering shaft goes into the rack and pinion itself.
Sounds like a little bit of work on a cold night.
A lot of work.
Well, they have fired up the Virginia Giant, and they have fired up Bigfoot. This would be the, if you can believe it for Bigfoot, consolation race in the obstacle course portion. Now, Bigfoot can come out of this with a minimum of 30 points, a maximum of 40.
Needs the 40 points if he's going to go ahead and try to claim King of the Hill tonight.
Has to have it.
It really is a necessity. Gil Wilson, on the other hand, has got other things on his mind.
Well, now, folks, to give you a good idea, I mean, the folks at Bigfoot came here loaded. They brought everybody with them from their shop, looking to dominate and win this event, locked themselves in with a bye in round number 1 in Indy. They won the King of the Hill title here tonight at Peoria Big Eye.
I think, Ralph, maybe one of the things we need to look at, they hauled this truck up here today in the cold. A lot of the trucks were here and set inside and warmed up overnight. That may have been one of the things that reasons the truck didn't perform right off the bat the way we thought it would.
Wow, he got a good jump. It's the turn first.
Neil Wilson's picking up the left front tire. His truck absolutely will not fly, but look at this. He's around the corner.
40 points for Bigfoot, and that was crucial to their efforts at making themselves King of the Hill here tonight at Peoria.
That was the only thing left that they could do, Ralph. They actually was in a situation where they had to win that round.
Here's a look at him getting over the turn.
See what Rundy's done when the truck came off of that set of tires. The rear tires were turned, the front tires were turned. He actually had the truck set up to finish the race when he came off that set of cars.
The Virginia Giant point. And get set for the drag racing portion of the program yet to go.
I like the paint job on that Virginia Giant.
A good-looking truck. One of the higher setting trucks in the business of monster truck racing. Now, Sampson came real close to becoming king of the hill last week in Des Moines. He's got a real good shot to get a stranglehold on the position right now, but the equalizer has already put away Bigfoot. That's got to worry old Dan Patrick a little bit.
I think Patrick tuning this motor, changing the fuel pump last weekend, putting a fresh pump on it, putting a little more pressure in it. This is in car with Theo Wilson unstrapping.
Watching from inside the Virginia Giant.
That's a safe place to be.
Yeah, not bad.
Who do you like, Ralph?
You know that equalizer truck could be on a roll tonight. He got a good start.
Boy's driving his course beautiful. Look at the power. Look at this. He is so on go for this course.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if they'd gone one more time around, he'd have lapped it.
The truck ran extremely well. I have to give the truck that. But you've got to give David Morris credit for driving this track the way he did. Off the cars, tires cut to the left. On the cars, off the cars, tires cut to the left again. He is absolutely smoking tonight.
Watch this. Here's Sampson.
A lot of power. Dan doesn't do anything wrong except he doesn't pop the rear tires coming off the cars. He waits till the truck lands.
Look at that.
He on a roll, Ralph?
He was half a lap ahead of it, Mike.
Ralph,
no doubt about it.
You know this business, you call that one before the race ever started.
Oh, my. Well, the equalizer. Now, this is what I find really interesting. Last week, Dragon Slayer comes out of the mix, claims King of the Hill, has to buy an Indy. What if Equalizer comes into Peoria, puts away Sampson, puts away Bigfoot? He'll have a buy. The biggest trucks in the business right now are sitting on the side, staring at the fact they might have to run round number 1 at Indy.
Oh, that would be a pressure situation now. Well, here's the way it all sits out this evening. Equalizer on top and Sampson in the number 2 spot.
So 60 points to Equalizer, 50 to Sampson. Will set 40 points to Bigfoot and 30 to the Giant. Wow.
They're going to carry all of those into the drag racing portion of this competition.
Well, Fred has made his way over to a very excited, I would believe, driver of the Equalizer. Fred?
Thanks, Ralph. Yeah, I got Dave Morse here. Dave, you're all over that thing.
Yeah, we're getting hot out here now. We're starting to figure out the course a little bit. So, you know, we done good in the roundy round. We'll see what we do in the straight line.
Now, what do you got up your sleeve for the straight line?
Well, you know, hopefully we just got the motor set and the clutch and everything where we can pull a good hole shot. We're running against some major horsepower here, so we're a little bit under horsepower for the straight line, but hopefully we'll get it.
Right, well, that's Dave Morris in the Equalizer running hot tonight.
Well, I think he's going to be a strong contender in the drag racing portion of the program because his truck's been launching well, but the truck that really did launch well early on, didn't turn real good, but launched real well, was the Bigfoot truck. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that as we get set for the drag racing portion of the Monster Truck Challenge yet to go here from the Peoria Civic Center.